Testing. Should be live, right? There we go, guys. Hello, more time for My Academia. And I almost dropped it last week. No, but seriously, Jesus Christ, when I started the whole OPPAI My thing, I'm still frustrated. They was straight up the worst thing he's ever done, man. That is the worst writing in My Academia, 100%. 100%. It's just terrible. But I have to kind of ignore it. But seriously, I might make another video about it, but it really feels like Gabby to me in Attack on Titan, which is kind of like, oh, we're just gonna have this, this random character appear, and they're gonna immediately be a plot object, right? So I said about Gabby. Gabby's a plot object. Gabby exists to just, snipe people, right? And OPPAI might here exists just to, like, I don't know, nerf Shigaraki, I guess. Super frustrating. But anyway, now he's waiting for the start here. Into the channel, this is live. So I'm watching the Japanese TV, and currently there are commercial breaks, right? So I'm starting at the moment here. But yeah, it's just like, it really reminded me of Gabby. I'm thinking about it this week. Everything with Stars and Stripes, because she kind of appears, new season, right? And it's just like, oh, and then she immediately does something super impactful, but it also doesn't make any sense. It's just like, oh, she's here. It's very much a plot object, right? Like the author doesn't actually care about the character, or there's no actual like character development or anything. No, but it's so silly, and it's like, I mean, obviously the anime made it way worse because the anime had her as a cliffhanger, right, last season. So in the manga it's probably better, right? You read it, you read it, and it's whatever, right? Like she appears next chapter and she loses. But in the manga, yeah, or sorry, in the anime here, then it's like, wow, yeah, she cliffhanger, and then it's like, oh no, she's dead. Oh, here we go. Now it starts. Bam. But yeah, they're gonna recap when she takes the L, I guess. Yeah. So then fix the volume a bit. It's too loud. Every time every time you start watching TV, man, you try to fix the volume, right? You know how that is. Yeah, she hears the recapping her L take. See, but she basically appears just to like curse him, right? Like, this is so bad. This is, I said by saying, obviously saying, like I said last week, that's the worst episode in my Academia history, by far. The worst episodes in this year in anime, easily, yeah. It's not the worst episode I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen the Attack on Titan, right? I've seen some other animes that has worse endings. I've seen Fina the Pirate Princess, okay? I've seen other animes that have worse endings, but from just like this year, that is this by far the episode I've hated the most this year of all animes. Here goes the opening and so on, yeah. Opening is great, of course, so unraveling. Not there. But yeah, it's poor OPPAI might, man. Second to the chapter there. Why can't I make this bigger, huh? Oh, there we go. I use the best part, of course, in the chorus. Yeah, this part here. But I mean, honestly, it feels like now the anime starts, right? I mean, seriously, it feels like this is when season 7 actually starts after she died. Yeah, because that was just like a random filler character that appeared and had no. Like, let's ignore whatever happened. Let's ignore that OPPAI might ever existed. And here's when season 7 actually starts. Yeah, those two other episodes just filler. They never existed, right? They never existed. They never happened, guys. Yeah, let's just pretend it never happened. That's be my take on this thing. Okay, so they're back in the cave. But see, basically just appeared to curse him. That's what I keep saying. Yeah, because now Shigaraki's like, oh no, I lost 50 of my quirk or something. She threw some weird quirk in my body, and now I'm being whatever, right? Yeah, it's so bad. She basically is like, just there to like, he was too powerful for the heroes to beat him, so here's a plot character just to, make him weak or something. Yeah, OPPAI might freedom, power. And I goes, again, I can't drop it! So also, why, no, like, also, why did she... What'd she die for, too? She could have done the exact same thing without dying. She could have just thrown her quirk into him anyway. There was, like, no point of her actually dying either. She could have just done it anyway. Yeah, another recapping here, of course. They're recapping her weird, like, undead bodies out of him. Okay, so there's Dabby. This episode, given the preview, if it's focus on Dabby, oh come on. Oh, it's still working good. It froze for a moment there. It froze for a moment there on, yeah, it's good. Ooh. But yeah, I feel it to be a Dabby episode. And maybe like Invisible Girl, given the preview. Oh, it's One Piece. he's like, he's explaining the Grand Line suddenly. Oh, we have to do some paths here, different, like 7 different islands. It's like, oh, okay. Suddenly it turned into One Piece here. It's like, come on, he literally explained like One Piece. We have to have 7 different paths, and like, we have to think about the correct way to get there and so on. It's like, yeah, okay, that's a Grand Line, man. Yeah, okay. That is, but yeah, she seems to be the girl. She's a traitor then? Maybe she's a traitor, yeah. Okay, so they're all training. Because thanks to OPPAI Might, they have another week of training or something. That was so silly, yeah. Like, we have 1 more week of exercise or something because she died. Yeah, so no Evers is training, right? Okay, Ever. Oh, this is good though. The train is it's electric power here. Yes, charge them all up. And Mineta does something. Yeah, it's good. It's a good matchup there. So Ulrika's new hairstyle, yeah. So Ulrika has a new hairstyle. Of course, it's also Gabby. Yeah, did she cut her hair or just like a ponytail something behind her hair? Bakugo has a new outfit too. Yeah, Bakugo has like a little more darker outfit. Listen to that scene. Looks very black. Let's see if he... Yeah, Bakugo has like a darker, more black red. Okay. See, this is an episode. This is actually when season 7 actually starts. Yeah, the other 2 weeks they never happen. See, now we're here, guys. This is season 7, guys. They got new outfits. Ulrika got the new hairstyle, right? Whatever happened, that was just filler. Yeah, OPPAI Might never existed. Yeah, this is when season 7 actually starts. Like seriously though, because now it's back to the other characters and they got some new powers and you know. Todoroki, my man, he's just doing some kind of combination of fire and ice or something, right? He's like, oh, I got a new power up and so on. I gotta break my evil brother and so on, right? Yeah. This is when Stifter started. We had 2 episodes of filler last week. This is, now we're finally back at the actual real characters, yeah. And Mineta is doing something weird, I don't know. He's just creating enough balls. He's sitting there like, dropping balls next to him. Probably some... I'm just like, why is Mineta doing that? It has to have some alternative motives. It's some kind of dirty motives, right? Yeah, Bakugo is explaining the recap again. It is true that Momma also has a little different hair too. Okay, are they recapping? No, so suddenly went into like a long recap. Suddenly they sort of, yeah, come on. Like, I don't need like another, 3-minute recap of the last season again. The anime, unfortunately, lost this a lot, right? Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, remember Shigaraki? He's the bad guy. You're like, yeah, that's true. He's the bad guy. Okay, the recap keeps going. Oh, no, they're recapping OPPAI Might too. Yeah, the recap is also Stripes too again. Okay, Deku appears with his hair now though, fried up as an afro. No, I like Deku appears here like what? He's like, yeah, Bakugo got him or something. It's like what? He also got a new outfit. Like seriously, this is like, yeah, this versus 7 starts, man. Everyone got new outfits. Uruka got like a bun or something. Yeah, she got like a short hair bun. That's what she has. So Ida could just like big as Uruka. Yeah, she got like a hair bun. She got a man bun, seriously. So yeah, she got a man bun now. That's what she has. But I think it's about Invisible Girl. Yeah, is it even the preview? She's at the. Yeah, that's what we saw in the preview too. So I'm also I'm on this. I don't know what's happening, but she's out there betraying them or something. She's a villain or something. I know, yeah. But of course her character looks ridiculous. Because she's out there like stealthing, right? What does she remove her gloves for? Yeah, she's out there like hiding in the forest, listening on. My God, is he the traitor? Is he actually the traitor now then? Freaking naval laser. But again, why don't she remove her gloves for? Yeah, why don't she remove her gloves for? You know what I mean? Why is she standing there like, oh my God, I found a traitor or something, but she doesn't remove her gloves? She's just like, oh shit, they're gonna kill me to see me. Maybe remove your gloves and shoes, lady. I'm just saying, like, they can still spot you. But yeah, naval laser, man. Naval laser's here being a freaking traitor, man. This is a moment. My God. Yeah, can't be her. Uso did. Yeah, she's just like, oh my God. It was naval laser all along! My God. But she also has this weird thing that has, doesn't even a power strike, like his laser thing is like the belt or something. Yeah, everyone had Korok and so on as the kids, and he got his, you know. Yeah, he got his like. But why are they meeting him in the forest though? The whole thing is kind of strange though. Like, why are they confronting him about this in the forest? Yeah, we should leave now or something. Yeah. She's like, I didn't tell someone about this. But he's almost like, no, I don't want to betray them anymore, right? Navis is like, no, they're my friends. Deku gave me sheets or something, yeah, they were sheets buddies or something. So actually, I want to be there on. But yeah, this is a dark scene, man. Man. Okay, come now. Oh, it's Deku, of course. He's like, I got some sheets for you, bro. Yeah, he's like, no, not. Oh my God, what's Deku gonna do? Man, this is getting. Oh wow, I'm getting some goosebumps now, man. Deku is like, hey, I just happened to walk in here, and the visible girl is telling us between them, like behind the tree, like, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, Midoriya could. What do we do now, man? Yeah, they didn't do anything. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. He didn't help out with that scene. But it's like, his powers are kind of weird with the whole naval laser thing. He didn't do much with that anyway. Oh yeah, I just stood there, yeah. Yeah, and Deku is like, yeah! I love his room though. I was trying to laugh at it, but it's always between his room. It's like mirrors everywhere. It's just like his roof is mirrors. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, the Deku's like, I'm sure you're my best friend, right? Yeah, I'm sure we can talk it over. Classic Midoriya could. It's like, we can probably be friends still. Exactly. I still believe in you. Oh man. Jesse Deku, man. He's like, we still bros. Oh, man. Oh, I'm the villain, yeah. Man. But it was kind of like, I don't know, people said it for a long time, right? Honestly, yeah, I don't know, I'm not shocked, right? I'm not shocked he's the villain, he's the traitor. Now we got a commercial break here, but... yeah, I'm not shocked he's a traitor. Because I expected him to be a traitor for a long time, right? Yeah, it's like... That's the I'm not like, wow. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like... Wasn't he also a traitor? He was the most obvious traitor for a very long time, so... honestly. But I was thinking, well, yeah, usually they have the commercial break about 3 minutes earlier. So they clearly put the commercial break after this. Yeah, they allowed the scene to go further here, that was nice. So they just have the commercial break in the middle of... so that was nice, It's a nice touch to it then. But he clearly is having... I mean, he's clearly sad over betraying them, yeah. Oh, here we go, sorry again. There we go. He's clearly sad that he betrayed them, right, obviously. Of course, is that, yeah, the title is villain, right? I am the villain, yeah. So Naval is the villain, yeah. Oh, it's back to One Piece. I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. It's like, how those paths here. Yeah, let's run. But his parents always knew clearly, right? Yeah, they're like, let's run. Yeah, they're always like... their wedding, so... What are... That's pretty cute. Now it's gonna be sadder here to see his parents, so yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Oh yeah, so he was born... Because I mean, we always knew he had that weird... yeah, I mean, we know he had the belt, right? He has to have the laser power is from his belt and so on. Something. So he didn't actually have a quirk or so on. Yeah. And then they like bought a quirk for him instead. Yeah, they bought a quirk. Yeah. So his body was not supposed to have this weird quirk, right? Yeah, his body here was never adjusted to have this like weird laser quirk thing. How did he actually pass the exam? Did his bribe himself in or something? I guess they did. But that's just a good point that he was never supposed to have this quirk. So they were like, yeah, this doesn't really work for his body. Like, it wasn't really, like, a functional... You know, like, it never made any sense. But yeah, like, that is a huge thing, I would say. Ja, de däcker så länge efter dem. Was he gonna fight him? I don't know, we let him fight Deku. I think he's just like having a guilt trip or something. I see he doesn't though. Oh, Invisible Girl's there. She was hiding there. She's like, ha! I can distort your lightning! There we go! She's like, ha! I was waiting for this moment! There we go! Invisible Girl owns him! That's right! Oh, we're gonna see her now because she's being revealed by his lightning, I guess. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna see her, how she looks. Yeah, you effing traitor! Oh, that was awesome. She's like, ah! I was waiting for this moment. Yeah, I was like, I got you. And of course, Deku's gonna, yeah, I mean, obviously his parents, his parents, of course, can't defeat Deku. Let's be honest, I don't know. It's not even a question of that, but that was nice, man. She was like waiting for that moment to be like, ah, distorted your attacks. Yeah, okay. And then also, of course, we saw her, yeah, we saw how she looks and so on. Like her actual face was shown there. Thanks to his, of course, you know, lightning attack. But yeah, she's actually stronger than she can be, right? She can distort lightning. She probably can actually make anyone be stealth, right? Because if she can distort lightning, that's her actual power. She will be able to make anyone. It's kind of like the One Piece thing where it's like, if you awaken your Devil Fruit, right? It's like the awakening would be to be able to make any other object also be distorted. So you can make other stuff hide away as well, right? But yeah, now of course, Mike Sensei is also going to confront them, but the betrayal, yeah, in principle. See, this really is the start of season 7 here. Finally reveal the traitor, everyone with a new outfit. But honestly, I don't know. Like I said earlier, talk about Boring Report, but I always expected Naval to be a traitor. I'm just like, he's a traitor? Well, yeah, that's what we all said like 2-3 years ago, right? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. Of course he's a traitor. It never made any sense, his powers and thing. He was so obviously a traitor. I don't know. He was like the most obvious traitor. I would be shocked, if Uruka was traitor. Yeah, then I would be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? A little bit like that. Yeah. His parents, yeah, they just clearly kind of took the bribe. It's interesting though that I have to give credit to, Mr. Main Super Evil. He's like been planned this, right? He's going around, I guess, giving quirks to people and being like, yeah, you work for me now. Yeah, like, oh, you want a quirk for your kid? Yeah, let's join the evil side. Like, he's been just planning this thing. I would assume there are other people out there in the world that also have this same situation where he's giving them quirks. So they will maybe join him if they're useful in the future. He's been setting up this, yeah, like, as he explained with it, like, the path thing. I just love his room though, that he has like mirrors in his ceiling and the walls and everything. Yeah, the guy's shiny, man. Maybe his powers also work better then because he can reflect his power on everything. Okay, then Deku's like, but I know you're a good person deep down. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you remember the cheese moment? Deku is like, I remember you giving me cheese. I know you're a good person. That was when he was traitor though. The cheese team met him very, very traitory. But yeah, it's like, no, I remember you being a good boy. But I think that, in Naval Laser's defense, right? It's like his parents forced him to be a traitor, right? Yeah. His parents was the one that was like taking the bribe, right, to be evil, yeah. So I think in his defense, he was like by his his mom and dad kind of gave him this positioning. Yeah, another wife that Arthur killed off. Yeah, that's true. Ignore that. Of course, Deku's like, I know you're a good guy deep down. It's like that talk newts, man. Take my hand. And Baku was like, Jesus Christ, Deku! Stop always trying to redeem everyone! Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm sure to make that. Stop trying to always make everyone your friend. But yeah, like, let's just, oh god. This just reminds me how he always kills off the female characters. Yes, guys, yeah. Oh, we got this cool, badass sniper lady with like this cool attitude. I should that too. Oh, we got this maxillary American lady. I should that too. Like, yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. Oh, we got that cool sensei. I should that too. Yeah, like whatever. Yeah, like I keep saying, right? The author in his anime, he has something for, executing off all the female characters, right? Eventually, we're gonna have no one of them, except if you're a portion of Class A, of course. Eureka has infinite plot armor, but yeah. Yeah, maybe we can track him. I mean, the strategy would be to use Naval Laser as a double agent, right? He will give them information, but still actually, yeah, I feel it's gonna be the obvious conclusion, right? They're gonna have our Naval Laser boy. It's gonna be double agenting it. So Deku's like, let's make him still part of the class, and then he will tell them information, right? And he will he can be a hero. He can still be a hero. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Go for that, yeah. I mean, obviously, poor Naval Laser will become a hero anyway. That's pretty clear, I would say. Tear up a little bit at the end there. That was sad, man. We see poor Naval Laser. I think the best thing still was, of course, when she jumped out, though. Invisible Girl jumped out. That was beautiful, man. When she come out there, and yeah, but it made me tear a bit. But the thing with Naval Laser, right, is that I feel sorry for him. I really do, because it doesn't feel like he's the actual bad guy. It's more his parents, right? If you go to that scene there, yeah. But it made me tear a bit at the end there. He's crying there with them. He's stuck crying because like I feel he's actually, I was, but no, it's kind of like Naval Laser is innocent, right? Because I really do blame his parents. He obviously betrayed his friends or whatever. But again, right, he was a kid and he didn't have a quirk or whatever. His parents were like, oh, you buy him a quirk from the main bad guy. And then his parents were like, oh yeah, but we have to, pay back the main bad guy. So you have to betray all your friends. You have to go to school and betray them and, send them out. But it wasn't like he had a choice, right? His parents were already like forcing him into it. So what could he do in that situation, right? Like his parents already, his parents put him in that position to begin with, right? So that's pretty dark in that sense. Like, it's not his fault. I think that's like a huge, thing to it, right? But anyway, let's review it. So, what's the best scene? Maybe this one. Då kan I like this scene more though. Now, she was jumping out there. That was great, man. That was beautiful. This is here. She would jump out there. And I remember, as a side note, I remember seeing the manga panel, right, of Invisible Girl Haikyuu, where she was shown on the manga panel or something, or like not the manga panel, but like the front cover of a manga volume. I'm only read the manga after the anime, right? But yeah, I remember the controversy. The author is just like, oh yeah, he's the Invisible Girl. Yeah, it was like it was very revealing her appearance. Yeah, I was like, whoa, is this it? But anyway, let's talk about our poor dear traitor friend, Naval Laser. First of all, I wasn't surprised for a second, right? So in that sense, the episode wasn't like this, oh my god, shocker traitor. Like, yeah, of course it was. Yeah. Didn't all figure out he was the traitor? It felt a lot like, well, yeah, it's Naval Laser, right? I think we all knew it. Obviously, for the character to say it, her crying, Becky crying, and so on, that's all makes sense. But I mean, from a viewer standpoint, it wasn't very shocking for me, because I always expected him to be a traitor. You know what I mean? I was like, he's obviously a traitor. So I was like, yeah, okay. Because she's sad, because she's like, you betrayed me, you were best friend, or whatever. Yeah, of course. But from a meta standpoint, I didn't feel much shock at all. Especially with the cheese scene, right, a few years ago. That was very much like because then he basically explained his backstory, right, to some extent to Deku and to us the viewer then. So we kind of knew that he didn't actually have like a correct quirk and so on. So yeah, this seems really fishy, very very fishy. But anyway, the best thing of course was when she jumped out. I love that. She was hiding there in the forest. She was the first one to actually, of course, figure out that he was traitor, right? And then he was attacking Deku. She's like, no! She comes out there, and it was a great writing, because of course her power is that she's invisible, but she actually is refracting light, as it's called, right? You can change how light bends, basically, right? So for example, if you have light going into water, it bends, and you have different angles. You can calculate how much it bends from the reflex and so on. And you have what's called Snell's law, how lighting bends and different stuff. And you have everybody has an index, right? So glass has an index of 1.5, water is 1.33, and so on, right? Whatever. So light always bends, right? So her power basically, she can bend light from her medium, or being her body, right? So she can easily remove his powers. But by doing that, she was still like revealed to us, right? To us, the viewer, how she actually looks, of course, because there was so much light that she couldn't revert all of it, right? So to speak. So she was revealed, right? So I think it was a nice writing, yeah. Because basically, again, from a physical standpoint, right, she's invisible because she's constantly removing the light from her body, right? She's refractoring it, but so much light couldn't be refracted, and then she was revealed how she looks. So that's some smart writing there, straight up, right? how these powers works or whatever. And it's a nice touch how she jumped in there after being hiding there for a while, right? But otherwise, I had to say I found a little strange writing though. At the same time, because she had this like moment, right, Invisible Girl, yeah, which again was nice. But then after the next scene, when they're with All Might and Mike's hamster and so on, right, and they're interrogating, of course, the family, right, not just Naval Laser, but the whole family, she did nothing. Yeah, so I felt that was a little weird because I felt like the episode built. I mean, it was this a cool scene, but I wish she also was more active in the actual like dialogue with them as a traitor, right? Yeah, but she was just like no. So after she had a cool moment, she was like ignored for the episode. So that was a little weird. I thought she was gonna have more of an impactful like. I mean, honestly, I would prefer if she was the one that was explaining what if we have him as a double agent or something. It'd be cool. If she was the one that was not pushing instead of Deku, right? Federally, the basic is making Deku as always being the one to redeem everyone and believe in everyone as well. But anyway, like I said, right, you know, if you go back to Naval Laser and the actual poor guy, man. Here's a Naval Laser scene. That poor dude. You know, I feel for the poor guy, right? Because, like I said, Naval Laser is for me very innocent in a sense, actually, in a way, right? Of course, he did betray his friends and so on. But like I said earlier, and this is, you know, iterate again here, right? It's just like, yeah, but his parents were the one that forced him into this, right? He wasn't, like, he straight up was not. Say it. I mean, there are many people to look at it, but first of all, he did not. How say it? He wasn't like a student, and then he betrayed them, right? In that sense, he's technically not a traitor because he never actually was on their side, so to speak, right? He was always infiltrating it from the beginning. He was never actually on the good side. He was always evil, a villain, right? In a way. But the important difference is that he never actually like. He wasn't a student, and then he got a bribe or took some money to betray them. Right now, he was always sent there by his parents, basically, right, to betray them, right. So in that way, he did actually betray them, and like I said, it's important difference because it means that he never had much of a choice, right? Because again, it keeps coming out that his parents were the one that, of course. Oh, he has no powers or whatever. Yeah, okay, we can buy some powers from this bad guy, and then now we have, now we owe the bad guy money or our lives or whatever, right? So to speak. So we have to, use our son as, leverage or whatever. We have to send him in there. So what could he do about that? I mean, clearly the bad guys are his parents. They're clearly at fault here, and obviously, main bad guy with the corporate. Of course, he's also the whole all for one for all, blah blah. Obviously, but his parents are definitely more at fault than he is. I mean, again, right? It's kind of like if we ignore the whole, this is the main bad guy and he does this with everyone and his plan is out. And I like his explanation. He was like, oh, I have all of these paths going on. I've given powers to people. Like he's been planning this, like, different seeds of evil or whatever. He's been like dark seeding people everywhere. If we ignore that, right? His parents are clearly at fault anyway, because if he didn't exist, right? If he didn't have the whole all for one for all, so on, ignore those quirks, right? His parents still clearly went for like experimental stuff, right? Oh, our son has no quirk. What if we give him this like drug or whatever? You know what I mean? They would buy that like superpower drug from those guys and Tree, right? The Yakuza, whatever. Yeah. His parents are kind of like that. They were like, well, what can we do? Give you some roids, So they're clearly at fault, right? He didn't have a choice. He was like a kid, and his parents kind of forced him into it. But I liked it in the general backstory that his quirk, as we know, is very weird. Like it hurts him. He has this weird power. He was a belt and so on, right? And that's also why I assumed he was a traitor. And why I wasn't shocked, right? Because his quirk didn't make much sense. And the episode, of course, with him and Deku are. When he talks to Deku about this thing, the traitor radar was massive for that, right? He came off as a traitor massively. But then my point is that, when that happened, I like how the backstory now basically motivates that, right? Because, yeah, his quirk is kind of weird, and as we know then, he wasn't born with his quirk, right? Or his power, or the belt, or whatever. So it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, it makes sense that he has this, how say it, unusual, self-damaging quirk thing that it's just, unnatural to him to have, right? Because everyone else basically have a quirk, they obviously have, like, protection against their own quirk, right? More or less, right, Which is very common for any kind of superhero setting right, where, well, usually the main character, or the character itself, right, but whoever usually have the quirk will also protect them, right? Usually the main character, like the Flash or whatever, he's fast and he can run fast without getting hurt by stuff because his fast power also protects him from the issue of being fast or whatever, right? That's usually how it is. So Naval Laser having this quirk being like, oh, they hurt him and so on, yeah. No, Naval Laser having a quirk that just straight up was very weird, very hard to use. This weird belting, for me, always felt very strange, right? And then we have the Shizime Deku, and I said it back then, I was like, he's obviously a traitor, right? Yeah. So I had zero shock value, honestly. I felt yeah, I was like, yeah, of course. But like I said, though, I like how it kind of comes back to that his parents basically bought his quirk. So from a story aspect, it makes a lot of sense, yeah, because the parents were like, we kind of cheated the sister, right, to give him some kind of quirk. So yeah, it logically pans out very well. So I liked it a lot in the episode, absolutely. But like I said, though, he comes back to that I think he's innocent in that sense, right? It's very hard to look at him in that sense. Hard to look at him, hard to like analyze it, because it's like, yeah, your parents is like giving you an illegal quirk as a kid, wherever you're present, right, and it forces you to do crime. You're like, is it the kid's fault then? I guess you could, or he could do like Zeke, something take a Titan. He could betray his parents. he should be like Zeke and be like, my mom and dad is evil. He should immediately went to All Might. Hey, All Might, they sent me in there. Honestly, that would be interesting, and that's probably what he could have done. To be fair, what he could have done if he really wanted to be a good boy, so to speak, right, a good person, is he could have betrayed his parents immediately. He could have went to the good guys. Just have like, okay, can I have, All Might, can we meet selling like a Faraday cage or whatever? So basically, right, from a scientific standpoint, you have this thing called a Faraday cage. Basically like a cage you can't hear, you can't analyze, you can't go inside of it. Nothing, no signals, no radiation, you go out or in or whatever and so on. You have this stuff, right? So certainly these superhero guys would have one of those rooms, so probably more than one room actually in real life. But then, anyway, my point is that when he started school, I guess he could have said, hey, All Might, can we talk about something? In this like secret cage room where nothing gets out or inside of it, right? So no one can like track us or like, listen to in, right? And then he could have went in there and then told All Might or whoever, right? That, oh, actually, my parents are evil and this thing and so on. Of course, he would betray his parents doing that, but I'm just saying that could be arguably what he could have done, right? Like tell them in this like secret bunker location where no one can hear what he says or whatever, and it's completely, safe from any outside information, and then he would be like, yeah, I'm actually, they sent me here to be a traitor, but I don't want to be a traitor, right? I'm betraying my family instead. But of course, from his standpoint, it's very hard to, set up his parents, right? But yeah, I think he could have done that. Otherwise, I mean, he's like, between a rock and a hard place, right? He has to either betray his parents or keep betraying his friends, right? And then it leads us, of course, the conclusion, which is the Deku does the talk jutsu, and it's all like, yeah, let's still be friends, right? I still believe in you! No, but seriously, right? Deku does the classic thing, and, I mean, the strategy is, going forward, it's to be pretty straightforward, right, to speak. He's just gonna still be there, and he's gonna give information to the bad guys, but of course, now the good guys know that he's giving information, so they're gonna select what information he sends, right? It's a classic double agent strategy, using him as, or you can still be in part of our hero team, and you have to just keep sending that, right? And then I guess they will like forgive him something in the end, right? So it feels like a lot, very, very like, it's almost kind of a milk toast betrayal ending. Yeah, they're like, oh, no, don't worry, we're not angry at you. Let's just keep doing it, but you work for us instead. Yeah, we forgive you. But like I said, though, I don't hate it that much because, yeah, like his parents set him up to do it, right? Like I said, if he entered himself to school, his parents weren't involved, he had some other quirk or whatever, right? And then he's at school for like a year, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna betray them, I like the bad guys then, you know what I mean? Then it would be a massive difference, but he was actually not, such a big force to do it. But now, yeah, I don't think this is too bad. Some people probably be angry at this thing, that Deku and someone better got forgiving him, and they're like just allowing him to stay at the good guys, as long as he works for them, right? But like I said, I like it, honestly. Yeah, I like it. I'm a little bit like, yeah, it's a little bit about Disney ending to his betrayal. Oh, whatever, we're still friends. Yeah, it's a little bit like, okay, it's super nice. But I like it, because like I said, I feel that Naval did nothing wrong. He's a good guy. He was forced by his parents, right? So he clearly didn't want to be a traitor, and they forced him to be a traitor, right? Or spy or whatever. He's rather spy, I guess, if anything, yeah. Infiltrator spy, right? Technically speaking. They forced him to be a spy, and he didn't want to be a spy, but he kept forcing him to be that. And, you know, and then he's kind of like, oh, I can't betray my parents because then they go to jail or whatever. So he's like, oh, shit, you know. So, in that sense. But I would say that I would prefer if he actually kind of went to All Might or whatever, right? Not maybe immediately then, right? But it would be interesting if he had went to All Might after, let's say, you know, 1 year there. Then he felt that, no, I can't keep doing this thing. I don't want to be a spy. And then he would confess his crime to All Might or whatever, right? You know, voluntarily. That also become middle ground. If he started out as a spy and then he felt, no, this is bad. And then, yeah, that actually probably be the best course of action for him, right? He's like, oh, wait a minute, what am I doing here? So a little bit maybe too easy on him. That they just be like, oh yeah, whatever, no, just your side. What is classic? But anyway, otherwise, I mean, the episode was decently paced. It didn't have too much recap though. It's a random point I want to bring it up, right? It's not as bad as season 5. Season 5 is still probably the worst season. Is it 4 or 5? I think it's 5, where they have like 10-minute recaps in several episodes, like insane amount of recap. This episode wasn't nearly as bad, but it certainly had a little bit of like, yeah, it was a little bit of like, okay, first minute we are recapping Stars and Stripes, and then we are recapping Shigaraki, we are recapping Stars again, we are recapping Bakugo a little bit, and this is like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing here. It's like, they probably could have, you know, removed like 4 minutes of recap, right? So, again, it's not that like 10-minute recap, but it certainly could be better paced. And it's a little bit worrying. I think I am definitely worried that the anime will, you know, make those episodes where it's like 10-minute recaps suddenly, because they really want to space something out. And this was like halfway there, right? So I'm a little bit, yeah, it's probably too much recap. And I feel like My Academia, because it isn't a weekly show. It doesn't do an episode per week, right? But usually, roughly like in 1 year, they do like half this weeks. Like that. So like it's basically like every second week show in a year, so to speak. I still feel it should have less recap, right? You know, I mean, it's just a little bit like that kind of quality could be better, right? Certainly. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this reaction. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do Demon Slayer, also probably live. So Demon Slayer as well, right? Except for that, guys. I'm gonna watch Kaiju number 8 after this in a few hours. And Kaiju number 8, right? I keep saying it. It's like My Academia, but worse. No, but seriously, it is. I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen Kaiju number 8, they straight up stole like the Deku saving Urikara. It's even the same episode, okay? I said it last week too, but the scene when Deku saves Urikara episode 4, right? That is almost exactly the frame by frame in Kaiju number 8, in also episode 4 of Kaiju. I was like, okay. But honestly, that anime so far, I'm not impressed by it. I'm like, it's fine. But this week, in a few hours now, they seem to actually start like the next arc or something, the next enemy or fight or whatever. So maybe this week is gonna blow my mind and be like amazing. So for that, guys. And I mean, I'm hoping. I want to be the guy like just like hoping. I want to enjoy it, right? And I'm currently like I'm enjoying it, but I'm not loving it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it is. I like it, but I don't love it. That's what I feel right now. So I'm hoping today is gonna be this like, okay, bam! Now the episode really shows why this anime is one of the new top shonen shows or whatever. But so far it's very like, it's okay, but there's nothing like special about it. And then I go to One Piece also later tonight, right? Or tomorrow, depending on your time zone. Which is hopefully the start of the Kuma backstory. Maybe somewhere around there we're gonna get the Kuma flashback, right? Which is gonna be devastating.